Oh, they ain't showing my camera. That's weird. Turn my camera back on. Bop.
Please speak to President Sung. I'm just a helper.
Alright. So I'm back. I don't know what just happened.
Welcome to Bonton Detective Agency.
I had no idea what I'm gonna name the other video. Okay. Genshin. What I'm doing, Genshin.
Please speak to President Sung.
Okay, it's live. How you doing? I think I gotta separate. This stream definitely just went off air for some reason. I think because I wasn't present. I do know like the streams do like to hop
Please
off for you
speak to
when you're not
President
present.
Sung. I'm just a helper.
Say that one more time. We should be good. Let me do this real quick.
What will you have me say?
Hey, hello again.
I want to try it. Actually,
Wait, is my stream working? It's just acting weird. Alright, we should be good. Welcome to another Laugh Out Live, LO Strong PT Show, and yes, it is Genshin time again. Let's go.
Welcome to Bonton Detective Agency. What will you have me solve?
Alright, so right now we was in the middle of doing some story missions. I've been doing it back to back because these two missions back to back because the game want me to do it. I couldn't think of nothing better to say. I had to get a coffee break, so don't mind me. Ooh. Shh, be quiet.
Ah, it's you. Good to see you again.
Hey, I remember that guy.
Seems like you're always showing up with a VIP in tow.
Oh? So you know the owner as well?
Yes, I do.
We tried his dongle milk a
Oh,
while back.
thanks for
the almighty
the
show
sub.
in Inazuma City.
Somebody sub here? Thank you.
I see.
I love me some subs.
So you were involved in that. I'd caught wind of this Dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you two.
It was a twist of fate.
I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. The flavor is always new and interesting.
Was that like
When I noticed he'd set up
side
shop
mission,
in
side
Rito,
mission?
I simply had to come by.
World mission?
Thanks to you all,
War quest,
my
I
business
should
is finally beginning to take off. More and more people are willing to give my creative cuisine a shot. It gave me the confidence to decide that I'm going to stick to creative cuisine from now on.
Okay.
On the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creations. On the other hand, I wanted my customers to experience the joy of being creative too. So I gave it a lot of thought and finally came up with an all-new business concept.
Sounds interesting.
Okay.
What is it this time?
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose whatever they want to mix with their milk or tea.
Oh, this is so much better.
As well as
on my
Dango,
stream.
I
Look at
now
my stream
offer
right now.
rice
This is
cake,
so much
purple
better.
potato
I'm gonna
balls,
stream like
black
this.
sugar, and sunsettia.
Do they really all go well with milk? Hard to imagine, but who knows? It could be delicious.
I think it was.
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here? Would that be okay?
No, it would not. You will not get your
I
stuff.
guess so. Any novel ideas you have, Commissioner, please feel free to tell me. I'll go buy the ingredients right away. The whole idea was to let my customers express their creativity freely. So of course, I shouldn't place restrictions on the ingredients if I can help it.
Excellent. There are a few things I'd like to try. Lavender melon,
Excellent.
seagrass, and sea ganoderma.
What? You want to mix those with milk?
I do indeed. Why? What's wrong?
You really think that's gonna turn out tasting good?
Why won't he do this at his house? Why you were paying somebody to mix this weird stuff together? Like, this
It's
is not...
all about the experience. The taste is secondary. It's great to try new things.
Spoken like somebody who never had a bad relationship.
Traveler, any thoughts?
You ought to get mine. How about... Yeah, top part?
Sounds like a risky choice. Are you sure? Well, okay. Paimon will have the same as you.
3 milks with lavender melon, please.
No problem.
How my day been?
Give me a second. I'll
It
have
been
them ready in
good.
just a moment.
How your day been? I had a corny joke on the tip of my tongue. I'm not saying it just to be
Here, your
half,
milk is
not
ready.
to kill this moment.
Give it a try.
You're welcome. I'm not even gonna. It's a bad joke. I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Yep, just as Paimon suspected. Raw lavender melon does not taste good.
I think it tastes all right. It makes me feel in touch with Mother Nature.
Your review seemed pretty positive, but Paimon still thinks there are better combinations.
Men would eat grass and say the same thing. The same thing. But I'm been good. How you been, though?
Taste is your key concern, yes?
Obviously, tasty food and drinks are some of life's most important pursuits.
Well said. If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content man.
Hold up. Dang, I can't even read it. It's like it's a new icon that's blocking my way. I can't read that full thing. In other words, you have too many other things to worry about.
Yes. No one has
I woke
unlimited
up
energy,
collecting the
and I
daily
try to conserve
wish
mine
and
for the things that really
Did
count.
a couple of
To
pulls
create
and
some
get
mental
staff
breathing
of
room,
honor,
I try
so
not to
pretty
overthink
good.
the less critical matters.
Oh, that's what's up.
Having my sister attend public events in my stead, and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great help, and allowed me to focus.
We're just passing the time here, though, right? Is there anything else to think about than what we're doing right now?
1 or 2 things. Let's continue this discussion somewhere else.
Yeah, where are we doing?
I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's
Oh, what's up?
residence.
What's up? You saw the Hujihaji was meeting?
No, it was just a small detail.
It's been outside.
I was curious to know their thoughts on the wedding, so I asked them about it. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan. But that's not the truth.
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. But now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not be feeling optimistic about the future. But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent people. I highly doubt it is because they simply do not realize.
I want to say yeah, but I also don't know. I actually unlocked this mission like a while ago.
I imagine they didn't want to
this
discuss
story?
family issues in front of outsiders. But still, the more I think back over that conversation, the more it doesn't sit right. Keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
I was just about to say, where did he
This
come
is
from?
one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
My man Drip is
Really
kind
doing
of
my
on
duty,
point
sir.
though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Keep
I
a
like
close
his
watch
outfit.
on the clan representatives we met today.
Well received. I'm on the case.
Oh, and I almost forgot. That milk I just had? Please order one more and deliver it to Toma.
As you wish, sir.
They gonna like that.
Oh no, poor Toma.
She gonna like that. Good luck.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now concluded. She's waiting for you in the courtyard.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi Chisato.
Okay, bet. Where are we going? Okay. Can I go to the other mission? Let me do that. Nah, they ain't gonna let me. Alright. Like 80, 70. I can just climb up here if I wanted to. Alright. I got the tornado power on standby. Let's get it.
Hi, nice to see you again, Chisato.
I heard that Sir Kamisato
Dude,
had
I
brought
haven't
some
seen this
guests,
girl in, like,
but I
years.
didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How have you been faring?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. I'm doing very well indeed, thank you.
Okay.
You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and congratulate Kamaji and I. It really means a lot.
But of course, the Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another.
This is true.
In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding
For
and
the
a
life,
peaceful
I do
marriage.
not deserve it.
Thank you for your kind words. This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now on. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the future throws at us, together.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all.
She okay?
But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider. In case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Okay.
Oh, really? Him?
He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me. He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamaji.
Okay. But why though? He finally went there?
He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so agitated. But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And it could be a disastrous move for my personal image, too.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't even know what to do in this moment. I hate making decisions. So, I don't know. What would y'all do?
It's just two families becoming one big family, though, right? What's the big deal?
No, her clan.
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life.
Yeah.
After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
Precisely.
Her clan will seek to this.
This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went along with it all too easily. Maybe I allowed myself to be pushed into this. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm making my guests listen to me complaining.
No problem at all. The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. For instance, by helping you gather your thoughts on the matter. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
Dude, who trying to destroy? Who trying to destroy?
So I am to understand
family,
that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed.
When it comes down to it, yes, I think so. Oh, do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
Yes, and also, how my man gonna feel about not getting married though? Why does this guy interested all of a sudden?
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then,
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance.
Oh, that's a little great
Who
importance,
knows?
bro.
Perhaps Sir Cujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his playful proposal.
I understand. As you say, ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter, but my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything that lies ahead, because we can face it all together. But now, I think I should give it some more thought.
Dang.
Marriage is the most important
She's
decision
not
of your
going to get
life.
married, bro. She is not
Don't
going
let
to get married. I'm
yourself
calling it
regret
right
it.
now.
It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will. To be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me. I can't thank you enough, Sir Kamisato. I'll think very carefully about your advice.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves now.
Oh, wait. Let me see you out.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find somewhere to talk.
Let's talk about this. This is interesting. It's gonna let me play the other one? Nope. Where you at? You over there? Whoa! That's a hot minute away. Slamming you out. Slamming you out. I'm gonna listen to the Drake album, man. I've been loving it. Money for fun.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Kujo Kamaji. Hayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position?
Can't.
Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
You can't force that on her.
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commission's domestic issues will only create trouble.
Sure.
The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be vigilant.
Strange? In what way?
The letter.
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible.
Yes.
And if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and misleading letter.
How you gonna find out?
Think
who did
about
it, though?
this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
When someone's words and actions do not match, you need to infer their intentions from their behavior.
So, is someone trying to get the Hirakuza into trouble? So, is someone... Yeah, let me do that.
Yes. It's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan.
Okay.
Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was, there would have been no repercussions. They could simply have explained it away as a misguided but well-meaning matchmaking attempt by a member of the family. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, the perpetrator would successfully weaken the Hiragi clan without ever having to lift a finger against them. All under the guise of simply encouraging a wedding.
Okay.
With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission. Eventually, another clan would take the Hiragi clan's place.
A reasonable theory, but it's just a theory. Unfortunately, there's no, evidence.
Actually, we have evidence.
Oh.
His name is Shinojo.
Uh-huh.
Shinojo?
Who that?
He should be back by now.
Yes, sir.
My man is good at his job.
That's the second time you've done that.
Think for like another service.
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name is Shinojo.
As I expected. They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was sure to go ahead. But after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
But why did they suspect him and not us?
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time. That's why I was a little reserved.
Oh, okay.
No way. Whew. Lucky Paimon didn't say anything stupid. But Chisato got what you meant about the letter, though, right?
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. It will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes.
Oh, shoot, that's my hair.
Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated, treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political power play. Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting her. When she formally marries into the Kujo clan, she will lose her title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Jeez.
Marriage is such a trap.
We got to stop her. We can't let this evil plan come to future.
Easier said than done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspecting pawns do their work. This is what makes their approach so smart.
Hold on.
We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public backlash.
So what are we gonna do?
At this
I do
stage,
something.
if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. I will wait for that moment to arrive. But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. He has done nothing wrong and does not deserve to be punished. Tell me where Shinojo is. We'll head off right now.
This just got real, bro. This just got real. Sorry, my chin here was feeling kind of rustic. Alright. What we got here? Give me that present. Thanks. That clean? Clean that. Oh, I gotta go over there to clean. Let's go, let's go.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Welcome. Thank you much. Alright. That's that. Bunch. Do that. Alright. Did all that. I'm pretty sure I can. It's gonna let me. Oh, it's not. Okay. By the way, I am very enjoying this. Like, it started out very slow. I was a little confused what was going on. But I don't know. Where is it going? It's going pretty well, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm very interested in what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna have to fight somebody. Yep.
What are you doing? Release Shinojo this instant!
Stop this at once.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our
Then please, excuse me.
Okay, bro.
Get them!
Hey! What you doing to him? Whoa!
Soldiers!
taking.
Cascade.
Get him. Get him. Hey. More people coming?
You must
Let him
withdraw.
come. Let him come.
A depth back.
Get my way. Not ready for me.
Blast. Let's go. We must report to Master right away.
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them.
Okay.
We need bait to catch the fish anyway. Leave them be. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side. Where did it end up?
It's gonna make me look for this
What's
key.
that? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the tanuki took it!
Let's follow it and see.
Hmm. Okay. I know this is happening, but hold up a second. I'm just gonna what's wrong page? Cool. Just need to get that real quick. Alright. How do you do my little skin thing? Can I do that here? Oh, that's what I need to do. Where you at? Not what I was trying to do. Thank you very much. Look how fine you guys. Found ya. Come on, man. I was one of them. Where would I be at? Is he over here? Yeah, I should smash all of them. Alright, you gonna give me something I need? Is he in this? Nope, he's not. I tried though. Definitely tried. He's in this one. Oh, this over here. You drop him? He got the G. Unlock this guy. Dang.
Thank you. Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea with me still inside.
God.
Oh, wait, you have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Calm down, Shinojo.
We know,
it's
we
okay.
know.
We know about all that.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily.
No, they not.
Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Yashiro Commissioner, you're personally going to take action?
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission.
This situation had
and the
consequences.
stability of all Inazuma is at stake. The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome matters on her behalf.
That's true.
Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay hidden. Traveler, Paimon, let's get out of here.
I wonder who behind this.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner. I hear
No.
you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men.
No.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission, now would you?
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good conscience stand idly by. Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson.
You about to end his life, man.
Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hera, insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Yeah, this guy did
I
it.
dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? Even if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan and the most distinguished member of the Kanjo Commission. We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady. How could one do such a thing?
Upset a lady?
Even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity. I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Darn it! This guy is good. Annoyingly good.
He's a slime ball.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you.
Oh.
There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak.
Okay.
I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
What are we talking about? I thought you were about to say something crazy, so.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever.
Okay.
And certainly doesn't make a suitable pet.
Okay.
If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw it out of the window. The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say. But don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjo Commission?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing in the most
Far from
weirdest,
it.
lamest way ever.
In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal.
Forthright? We're watching what you're
It is
talking about.
unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the Kanjo Commission.
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations without any evidence.
I got evidence.
The evidence is standing right in front of me.
Oh,
Is it not?
That's not evidence, bro.
I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes.
Jeez.
I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright future. I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
You should have said.
Is that right?
You should have said.
And tell me, if you're so bright, what exactly do you think you can do to me? This is at most a Kanjo Commission issue. We'll handle this amongst ourselves. You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner.
You about to fight.
If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then as to question your motives in doing so? I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjo Commission and Tenryo Commission, because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you personally. So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, You clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-Commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that. The notices have already been sent out. All of Inazuma City knows about it now. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet it's all anybody's talking about now. Once the notices go out, that's it. The wedding is a sure thing, even if it hasn't happened just yet.
I see. It seems like I was wrong.
So suddenly we see eye to eye?
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
Damn.
Kamisato Ayato! You... How dare you!
You've made your move. Now, I suppose it's time I made mine.
What do you mean?
You gonna smack with his
Do
sword?
you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryo Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you. That will be all for now. If you would excuse me, I shall take my leave.
I mean, walked away from that concept.
Hey! Hey! What was all that? Paimon didn't follow at all.
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll take you through the details of my plan.
So, I'm really curious how this is going to end there. Wait, I got something on, I see. Hold on. It's about to be dope, man. See what happens. Are you over here?
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi clan and the master of the Tenryo Commission's Kujo clan are getting married.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't you think?
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a single word about it until now.
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must have been a hard decision.
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
It's still too early to make that conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However, we can still beat them at their own game. But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Okay. Come on. Kujo, where you at? Kujo right there. Okay, back. It's like I'm watching a movie, man.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, about that. It's kinda complicated.
I see. So someone's trying to take advantage of our marriage.
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiragi's situation into consideration.
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything in my power to protect her.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hot. Deep down, you realize all she stands to lose. I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so emotionally involved in the situation. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient, and strong-willed person she is. For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything to make her happy. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro, Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take things this far. But it's too late now, isn't it? There are notices everywhere.
I have a plan, but it needs a villain. Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. But it is not without its risks. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan. And the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo Commission.
Okay.
The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission as soon as possible. Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason to hesitate.
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
This will make her what the hell? And this place.
Exactly. Our purpose is to change Lady Hiragi's position from an unnecessary burden to an indispensable asset. By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjo Commission. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to stop this wedding from happening. Then, we simply leave them to clear up the mess they've created.
I'm really enjoying this story right now.
Got it.
Don't mind me.
So the network of connections? This is all way too complicated for Paimon. Can you just tell us what you need us to do?
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our dear friends in the Kanjo Commission. Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake intel. Sir Kujo, there are certain things that I need you to attend to personally. It's almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants. Let's go and see if he'll take the bait.
That nigga. Oh no! We gotta go to the mission. Okay. Wait, what the? What the? Come on, man! No! You ain't faking them up for doing this to me, man. Okay. So, mystery. Hopefully it's a side mission. Please let it be a side mission. Ah, crap. This is a third one. Bruh, this is wild. I should have just did this, man. There's so many missions I gotta do. Alright. I gotta take a picture of this too. Okay. Hold up. Alright. I want to send her a text too. What up? You got some, what's that? Boom. Choose me. Okay, I'm all ready. Just gonna wash this around. Can I say this? The amount of XP I'm getting for doing all 51. Since when I became 51? That's news to me. Oh no. Dang, I gotta like. Do I got hand sanitizer in my room? I should. Hold up. I definitely should have hand sanitizer. Shoe cleaner. I was about to say shoe cleaner on my hand, bro. Hold up. There you go. Alright. Sanitizer. Smell like autumn. Alright, hold up. Gotta put a little more right here. Ah. Alright. Oh, that's a little too much. Alright. Alright. Let's go start another mission. One fell off. Have I been over here before? I feel like I've never seen this tree.
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while.
Yeah.
Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time is pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week.
I mean,
if I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
This is funny.
Ah, it's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. If it doesn't work, then just keep throwing till it does.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You guys don't know?
Oh, what's up?
But stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
What do that mean? Is it form a novel? Is it form a novel?
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
Really smelly right now.
A wish ritual? That actually works?
This does not sound credible.
Right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
Okay.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know.
Somebody got lucky.
It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot, but get this.
Jeez.
I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
Okay.
His whole bed was filled with... Wow!
He's a thief. That's all I'm hearing about that. Calm down.
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try, right?
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around these days.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around right now, shall we?
Okay. Why so sudden?
Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with your twin, too. Let's go!
Dude, the way this thing is starting off is not grabbing my attention at all, to be real. Okay. Oh, I just gotta run up. Okay, bet. Oh man, what's going on with you, bro?
Ah, if it isn't Kaede Harakazuha.
What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were
I
both
did not
members
see
of the
my man's
Raiden
dinner.
Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Oh, Roger Go?
Let me quickly explain. The Raiden Gokaden was the collective term for the 5 most acclaimed bladesmithing arts in Inazuma. The techniques of blade making were personally bequeathed to the Raiden Gokaden by the almighty Shogun, and over time, further honed and enhanced by the most talented craftsmen. Unfortunately, a series of events
This
led to
guy's
the
just a
gradual
very fancy
decline of
blacksmith.
many clans in the bladesmithing trade. Today, only the Amenoma clan has kept its art alive.
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties. And just as iron sharpens iron, so too did we learn much from each other.
Yo, can I say this is a very one-word looking old man?
As an example, the Amenoma art
Looks like he wearing old
strives
people
to
makeup.
emulate the abiding patience and determination of water. There is nothing mystical to our work.
My man
There is only
hairline,
practice, day in
His barber
and
messed
day
him
out.
up, man.
Until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right.
The
Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins.
Cool.
For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings. And
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
Okay.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
you overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
Okay.
But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation.
Missing nephew?
It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are
Bro,
pursuing.
what is going on?
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes.
Am I doing
On
a
the
mission
morning
I'm not
that
supposed to be
Yuya went
doing?
missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse.
A fire?
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so
somebody-
nobody knows what really
Someone
happened.
used some fire powers.
Do you
It
have
was
any
pyro for
thoughts
the
on what
X-Men.
Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
Oh,
What?
dude, we just went to
No.
a different mission by accident.
Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person.
He is humble and
He's
kind.
not that type of person.
Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
Okay.
Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need to get information from the, was that Nego family?
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Nago, okay. Got that done. Alright. Let me just close that. No. Are you serious? Oh my god. Wait, can I see something? Okay, play through. Some mess. Hold up. Bro, what is going on? I really do want to complete this thing I did not want to do a while ago. Now the game is playing games. That's actually kind of wild. Okay, let's find out what's going on with this. This is gonna be a long stream. Oh, there you are, right there. She good?
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
Good, you gotta return the stuff.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
Nope.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
What you mean? What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house.
Yo, what is wrong, boy? Okay, now he's drawing.
He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
Sound like you need to kick him out the house. I don't know what to tell you. That marriage is over. He wildin'.
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Oh! They got kids! Oh!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand,
My
I never
man
would have
literally
dreamed
out
of
here
threatening him
thinking
with
and fighting
divorce
people.
if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Y'all be out in these streets, living in these bushes. You did the right thing.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand.
I don't.
Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato.
Oh!
During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home, now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him. We're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Yeah, what's going on?
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
Okay.
Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Okay, very interesting. I don't know what's going on, but I am intrigued. Oh.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Nope.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while.
Like, why they were
Over
missing?
to you.
They must have had an argument during the sale. Perhaps the fire was wasn't used to hidden the truth. We still missing crucial information though. Like how the fire was started.
I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attack.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
I wouldn't even call that a wild
Let's
goose
keep going,
case.
since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
How long gonna take to solve this case?
But where should we go now?
Question.
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Okay, cool. You are super slooping. Nice. Alright, let's see what's going on with this. So then, mess with this. Okay, cool. Oh, what's going on here?
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I know we could count on you.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
Okay. Not there, but there?
There's nothing here.
Oh.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in.
Okay.
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Sugar. That's one thing I didn't expect to encounter here.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation.
Okay.
We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Okay, cool.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
Okay.
Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Certainly someone would have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters. But most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
That add up, bro.
The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Okay, yeah, that checked out.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
That's true.
You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Okay. Wait, what? What's going on? How you about?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
So that's the end?
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Oh, what the freak? Is that Miss Barton? Okay, cool. It's over there. Woo!
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Okay. I have to find out what's going on here.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Come here, boy.
Yeah. Disappear!
Boom. Get that fire on, get that fire on. Come on, man. I don't want smoke, man.
It's...
Ugh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
I am... Okay, hold up. There you right. I'll read it. I am Nigga. I was... What was it? I forgot it. I am. And I was wondering a almost thinking. Dang, hold up. Got food in my mouth. He took my mold. What is it? Persistent blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaust. Something on my nose. Come on. Everything goes on when I'm trying to read. I thought that I might croak right here, but stomach kept on bleeding. He took my most present blood. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did the steal that blade? Why did he steal the blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even buried my warehouse down. Burned his warehouse down. It hurts. It hurts, but for some reason I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do is distract from the pain to write. What will happen to Soko, Yanta, and Yeni? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Now, only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blind to my exception. I must have been cursed. I collect all those strange and bizarre things, but they won't warn me not one item of happiness or warmth. Put all those together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry to let you down. Sorry for letting you down.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to
He got
seize a
stabbed.
blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was
Hopefully
not
alive.
only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Dang.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Let's ask somebody coming into what they thought later.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
How did it come to this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Okay.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Okay. Guess we just want to use this. Okay. Take me Dang, look at all that black. So nice.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
What is the guy? It's the guy.
Haidehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenoma Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Dude.
Now that you mention
It
it,
must. It makes sense.
It is giving off a strange light.
I want that blade though.
Whoa, surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind. And more recently, using the sale as a means to affect, or rather, as a means to occupy, Amenoma Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter.
Wait, what?
Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition.
Oh, it literally just took control of his body.
Joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft.
Okay.
There was nothing that he could not accomplish.
Okay.
All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line.
Wow, okay.
All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination.
Okay.
By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you. And by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Oh, we just met, bro.
Wind Strider!
We shall rewrite history! Join me and sever that divine light!
Okay, one button.
Time to go.
Come on, bro. Woo!
Wind Strider!
Come on.
Shall rewrite history!
Coming to be!
Submit to me!
Right here, bro. Right here, bro.
Clouds high.
Get him out of there.
Join
Birds
me
come.
and sever that divine light!
Wind Strider!
Got him.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we'll smash you in pieces.
The end result is the same! I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger! And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really?
Mania?
You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned
very interesting
before,
word to use there.
the forms of Ishin art convey the
Shit, my
user's
man,
thoughts
it's
and
thinking it is.
feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yes.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life.
This is true.
Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Oh.
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being.
Okay.
I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
Okay.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades.